Well, hello, welcome to Tarot to a T. Today's reading will be for the sign of Leo for 2023, the month of August. Of course, because it's Leo season. It is time to do the reading for Leo. And happy birthday to Leos out there, myself included. It's also my birthday month. So, this is going to be a general reading. Again, for the sign of Leo for the month of August for 2023. If this is the first time to my channel, hi, glad to see you here. And if you're returning, welcome back. And I am using a couple of decks of cards. So if you have been with me before, it's a little bit of a change in my procedure here. I was doing some meditation on my tarot reading, and I was inspired to start using two decks instead of just the one. It's a little harder to shuffle. That's why I was a little intimidated by it in the past, but I think I'm getting better at it as I practice. Yeah, okay. Obviously that needs to come down. Okay, so we are looking at a general message for Leo. General message for Leo, please. Divine guidance, universal understanding, angels, if you're into angels, spirit guides, all of the above, all of it is open and all of it is welcome here. Positive and light beings only. Positive messages, guidance. What would benefit Leo most at this time? Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting used to the whole, like I said, more cards than my hands can hold here. But it's pretty obvious when I need to pick it up. That's one thing I've noticed about it. It's pretty obvious. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started, and then I will pull some more cards as we go along. Six of Diamonds, the Nine of Clubs, and Jack of Spades, and the Six of Spades. Wow, something here is destined. You may be a little distrustful of what's going on now at this time for some reason. That's what the Jack of Spades is generally about. It could be an air sign around you who is somebody you can't trust, so I'll just throw that in there. That would be a Libra, not a Leo, a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Maybe somebody younger than you. Or this is you just like not trusting your future in some sense, because this is the Fate and Destiny card. But there is a positive associated with this card. It implies that you're going to have more options and opportunities opening up to you because you're on the right path. And in some sense, perhaps you've made moves in your life recently. You made changes that are putting you on the right path. You dig? You see what I'm saying there? But you still may be a little bit, I'm hearing the word weary. Weary of where you're headed just because it's an unknown. I don't think it's a big problem. No, I'm not picking up it's a big problem. There is a completion here and a sense of achievement. Very good to see. You're very satisfied with the outcome of something. And also, you are bookended here with another six. The Six of Diamonds tells me options and opportunities opening up for you to take much better financial responsibility, perhaps than you did in the past. Not out of choice, but maybe because you didn't have those resources available. You didn't have that abundance flowing to you as much as you would like, for example. Looks like that's opening up for you too, and I do think it's tied in with this destiny. It's like there's a lot of free-flowing energy coming in here into your life at this time. And you're just a little bit weary of the ride. That's what I'm hearing. You're weary of the ride. It's like, okay, here we go, but hang on. You know, it's like that, okay, hang on, I'm going to see what happens, but I don't know, that may be just a little anxiety in general there. Seven of Hearts. Eight of Spades. Wow, Eight of Diamonds. Very nice. And the Fool card, the Black and White Joker. again, this ties in with what I was just saying. The Fool card is about not knowing what lies ahead, what's waiting for you around the corner. And just in that statement in itself can sound a little scary. But it's just about things being a little unsettled and up in the air, and I think that's okay. It's not always a bad sign or a bad place to be in. Again, it might just cause a little bit of suspicious energy around you. But that just could be your nature. That could be your personality. Just to be a little bit cautious. If I'm a Leo too, like I said, and yeah, I could be a little cautious is the good word, but also self-protective. Like, I'd like to know what lies ahead. Being a fixed sign, I don't like unexpected surprises, especially negative ones. So I always feel like having a sense of where I'm headed always makes me feel more secure. That's all I'll say about that. You might be the same way. You are experiencing some kind of heartbreak here. Somebody here disappointed you. So there's that lingering pain that's going on. It may be related to this completion here. You're satisfied with the completion, but there's still may be some pain involved. This usually is around a person, honestly. Somebody just didn't come through for you in some way. It's not earth-shattering. At least that's not how you're experiencing it. But still pain and disappointment. There is some stress around work here that needs to be relieved. You might be dealing with that in the month of August here. Can take any form, honestly. It could be just the work itself is too difficult for you in some manner, either physically, mentally, emotionally. You know, you may not be passionate about it, therefore it just seems like a bunch of drudgery. Maybe you're working too much overtime and you need to cut back on the hours. In any case, there's a call here to relieve the pressure. Now, the Eight of Diamonds energy is wrapped up in the same spread here, and I find that very interesting with the stress around work, because this is the entrepreneurial card. This is about something paying off that you've been putting individual effort in. Maybe you have side gig. So let me slow down. I'm getting a lot here. You have side gigs going on, right? And they're starting to pay out. I was going to say, they're starting to play out, or they're starting to pay out. They're starting to pan out. Whatever the case may be, I'm getting all three of those. It's again, some kind of individual effort that's resulting in some abundance here coming your way. Maybe you're trying to start a business up on the side so that you can leave this stressful job. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to keep going here. More cards for Leo's situation. More cards for Leo's situation. And some of these cards are newer, so they're a little stiffer. Okay, I got it. And we got another 8. Wow. This is about going out and socializing, having fun. You may be in the mode of just, like I said, getting out there and meeting new people. There's a potential here to meet somebody special with this Eight of Hearts. Again, it's about moving forward. See, the 8s in general, I didn't explain that, but the 8s are about moving forward. So with the 8 of Spades, even though it's about relieving pressure at work, there's a need to move forward, right? To get beyond it somehow, to go on to the next thing, and hence relieve the stress. With the 8 of Diamonds, the same thing. It's about things going forward, something you maybe have been putting effort in for a long time, but now they're finally progressing. 8 of Hearts is in the same energy there of getting on with some kind of social life. Very exciting. Okay, 4 of Spades. And there's some kind of relief you're experiencing around the home at the moment. Not sure what this stress would have been about in the recent past. Only you would know that. Again, this is a general reading, so if it doesn't apply, it's okay to turn the video off. You can come back and join me again for the next one. But for the Leos that are resonating here, there is some kind of relief in the home situation. Could be emotional, could be financial, especially with the 6 of Diamonds and the 8 of Diamonds. Showing improvements in your financial situation. Any more cards of advice? Or not advice, sorry. Any more cards in this message? Yes, of course. There's a little bit of stress and worry. I do think it's wrapped up with that Jack of Spades. You're probably feeling tugged in a couple different directions. Could be around the work. Could be around the work. Or it could be about the uncertainty of your future. I'll just frame it like that. The uncertainty of your future with the full energy, right? And things being unsettled. It could be that this things being unsettled is tied up with the work as well. Because I see that as the problem area for you in August so far. Yeah, there's something that's... Let's see if we can get more cards out. What is the stress and worry that Leo needs to contend with? Okay. Communication. Some kind of communication that you're not engaging with. Okay, this would restore some harmony and balance in some area. It might be around the work situation, maybe totally unrelated. I could see why if you're resisting to communicate, this would cause the stress and worry because, I don't know if you've ever been in that position or you can remember when you're not willing to communicate, it's always in the back of your mind, right? So therefore it is something that weighs heavily on you over time. Very interesting. Let's see if we can get more information. Queen of Spades. You may be dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. This is also the self-nurturing card. The need to self-nurture, or you're in this mode of self-nurturing. It's the mothering and caretaking card. So you may have a parental figure around you, a mother figure, for example, who really takes care of you. If not, it's somebody that represents that, maybe a spouse. I didn't see any other face cards come up here except for the Jack of Spades. I feel like this is not speaking about an individual. For some reason, I'm thinking this is you being in self-care mode. Like that is your focus right now. Like whatever is going on at work, whatever this communication needs to happen, you're more focused on this. Like it's best for you to be in that mode right now. At least that's what you feel you need to do. Any more cards here before we move on to cards of advice? Any more things you can tell me about the message for Leo? Okay, we got more face cards coming out. The King of Spades. This is somebody who has some power and authority, who's causing you a little bit of trouble. Somebody who's not on the same page. Again, this is air energy. This would be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. It's possible, it's tied in with the Queen of Hearts in that you're really focused. Oh yeah, the communication may need to happen, honestly, with this King of Spades. So the King of Spades is perhaps who you need to speak to, because you're not on the same page with him, you see. There's some kind of disagreement implied with the King of Spades. Now, power and authority doesn't mean they're over you. They could be, since we did have the work situation. So I'll retract that statement a little bit. They could be like a supervisor or a boss. But they may just have this like power and authority in their own right. They could be like a parent or somebody that you just naturally have some kind of respect for because they're in a higher position, social status, or maybe somebody involved with some kind of higher institution. I tend to think of like lending institutions, banks, government, people that have a little bit of power over us if they work in that capacity, for example. Maybe that's where the communication needs to happen. But I'm feeling that there's like you're in the self-nurturing mode, which may be perfectly fine, and you're not in communication with somebody who has like made a decision. This is what I'm hearing. Who's made a decision, and that is what you need to speak up about. So obviously going and talking to a bank would not be the most practical thing if it's like that kind of situation. I'm picturing like somebody who applied for a loan and the bank made their decision and there's the power and authority, and then you need to go back and appeal it because you wouldn't talk to them one-on-one. Things just don't work like that anymore. Back in the olden days, as they say, you could go and plead your case and maybe get somebody to have a heart and to have some compassion for your situation. That just doesn't work anymore because of everything in our economy is so jacked up, right? Nobody can be kind and compassionate anymore when it comes to money or lending. I don't know. Only you would know who that is. Maybe it's somebody in your family, again, that you need to communicate with, that you're just not... And that's what's causing some stress. I think that's what that Three of Spades was about. Can you go ahead and give us cards of advice for Leo? Because I'm going to go ahead and move on to that. Okay, the Ace of Hearts. Wow, Two of Hearts coming out in order. At least so far. Oh. How weird is that? Three of Hearts. I have never had that happen. You see me shuffling. My. 1, 2, 3. All in the hearts. And the Ten of Diamonds. It may very much have to do with some kind of abundance finance here. Well, the first thing that speaks to me is that Ace of Hearts. Very nice. It's very important for you to follow your heart. Wherever you're at, there's some kind of new start implied with this. Probably on the heels of that completion with that Nine of Clubs. But it's very important that you follow what you truly desire going forward. Doesn't necessarily mean romantic or relationship, even though the hearts would make us think that that's what it's about. It could be your passion in some kind of work. Although I'm strongly feeling you're still wrapped up in a stressful work situation. I don't think you've resolved that yet. That's like something that's burning on the back burner there, right? It's just, it's simmering, and you're going to deal with that when you can get to it. But at the moment, I don't think in August you are. With the Two of Hearts, there's a desire for companionship here. Very strong. Not sure how this fits into the whole picture, except with the Eight of Hearts. We see you going out and socializing and meeting new people and trying to have a good time. So maybe you're... Well, okay, I would probably be speaking more to single Leos. Probably not somebody who's in a relationship, you see. And the Two of Hearts is just reflecting that desire for connection and intimacy in some way, especially emotionally. Yeah, with the Two of Hearts. Now, the Three of Hearts is about a decision. So there is some kind of emotional decision you're being advised to make. So far what I'm seeing in your advice is following your heart on this emotional journey that you seem to be focused on, despite these other stressful things that popped out here. And to... Honestly, I'm getting that... So whatever you're thinking along the lines of companionship, again, I'm speaking to probably single Leos, you're being encouraged to follow that path and to make some kind of emotional decision around it. Maybe you have two different people that you're interested in. Or maybe you're still trying to decide what you truly want. Or maybe you're trying to decide how to go about it, since it is a new start. Like, you going out and socializing is like a good place to start. But, you know, if you're really going to focus and put your energy into this, I keep hearing you got to figure out what you want. Yeah, you truly got to. And like I said, this reading seemed to take a turn in the sense that right now the emotional aspects are what you should be focusing on. It doesn't look like this work situation can be resolved, at least not in the month of August. And whatever this communication is, I know I'm backtracking here, but I need to collect my thoughts on this before I talk about the Ten of Diamonds. Whatever this communication needs to happen, again, you could be dealing with two people who you see as like having some kind of authority over you. Now, this could be your mother and your father, for example, for some Leos. Or, again, it's two people who have some kind of power position. I was thinking that Queen of Hearts is more about the self-nurturing, but I'm actually picking up now the communication needs to happen with two people who have some kind of control over you. And again, that could be as simple as like a work situation, a manager and a supervisor, or a lead, or, you know, somebody that has some authority over you. And the Ten of Diamonds is where you're headed. So this is prosperity and success. This is ultimate prosperity and success. This is like the pinnacle of all pinnacles. This is where this is all going. So I feel like even though the work is still stressful, because we started off with you following your destiny, you're walking a path that's leading to greater financial responsibility, and efforts paying off here. Instead of putting more effort in, let's say that solo effort, or feeling like you really need to push yourself, I didn't see any more emphasis on these pentacles that are pretty strong, except with this card. So I feel like your emotional reality, your emotional endeavors at the moment are what you should be focusing on. That's the message I'm getting. I may not be explaining it perfectly, but it's going to free up that energy, and you are going to reach great prosperity and success as a result, because you're not freezing that energy. It's almost like you need to let go of it for it to come back to you, to flow to you. Make sense? I hope I'm making sense. Sometimes I feel like I'm not clear. Try very hard though. Any more cards of advice? Yeah. Seven of Spades. Something's going to be revealed here for you, Leo, that it could be in the form of an epiphany. It doesn't have to come from the outside, but something that you're not privy to at the moment. Some hidden information or some idea. It could be even an idea, like a brainstorming type of thing. Maybe it's going to help with this emotional decision that you're trying to make. Like I'm sorry I keep going back, but now I'm getting, it could be just the emotional decision about how to feel about something. It may not be between two people, but that does tie back to just knowing what you want. Yeah. And I feel like there's something that's going to become obvious to you with the Seven of Spades. So hang on to your hats for that. I mean, just be on the lookout for some kind of aha moment. And okay, these two came out at the same time, so I'm taking them. The Nine of Spades, sorry, and the Ten of Hearts. So the Nine of Spades is that completion card. This is something you're leaving behind. This is in your advice. And on the tail of this Ten of Hearts, it's like so whatever this hard ending that you had, or completion, that is showing me that there's a little bit more to this situation than just this minor disappointment, which we had with the Seven of Hearts earlier. It's leading to this great happiness. The Ten of Hearts is the end of the rainbow. That's just like, you've done it. You've reached your paradise, your supreme state of happiness and satisfaction. Do you see whatever hard thing that you went through? And I don't think it was that recent, because I didn't see much of that come out, except for the Seven of Hearts. Like I said, it's going to pay off with the Ten of Hearts. And do you see you have the Ten of Hearts here, and you also have this freeing up. This is your abundance. It's like all of this is going to come to you because you're on this path, which is right under that Ten of Diamonds. Fated destiny. It's part of your fate and your destiny here. One more card of advice before I wrap this up. Another 10. Yeah, you're moving on. So this is the card of travel. And it's always for good reasons. It's not the unexpected travel where doom and gloom and something bad has happened and you have to travel like to escape. My condolences to anyone who knows anybody in Hawaii or is in Hawaii. It's not that kind of like thing where you have to escape because there's been a disaster. This is actually under very positive pretenses, and it could be emotional. It doesn't have to be physical travel. It doesn't mean you're actually moving from one area to another or one state to another, but you could be. I see it more as the mental moving on, and again, it's denoting a completion. A major life cycle has completed. With these tens, it's all about a major life cycle has wrapped up, and it doesn't surprise me. Leo has had a lot of astrological events in the month of August, pretty profoundly. I can say for myself, I have experienced some pretty profound things myself. Retrograde in Venus, or Venus in retrograde. We have the full moon and we have a blue moon at the end of the month. And it's still going on, all these things. And there's a couple of conjunctions with Jupiter and Uranus. And I can't remember those right offhand. But yeah, I think you're moving into a much more positive direction. And I am going to end the reading there. I hope it's clear that whatever you've gone through, it's very important that you follow what you truly desire, but you're headed in a wonderful direction here. And there is this seeking some kind of companionship or intimacy that seems to be important for you right now as well. So just remember that. Because that following your heart's desire can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Okay. I hope you gained some guidance and some insight. I hope this was helpful. Please give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe to the channel if you don't mind. It will help support the channel and ensure that you will continue to see me here. Hang in there, and we will see what goes on with this work situation in September. Yeah, I'm very curious. Anyway, hang in there until I see you again. Take care.